Guys, Keith, today's day is May 22nd. Been a little bit of a halt. So, in terms of win rate for this week we know price action was slow, wasn't the best. So, it was a winning day Monday, and then we took half of our size and only risked 50% of our profits for this trade. Obviously, the market has not been great this week. And then, no trade yesterday. Again, our PM we should have won, but I couldn't trade PM due to family emergency. And then today, right, banged a fat one, 105 points. And I also gave a short call out that also banged as well. Members took and whatnot. In terms of testimonials, Caesar banged a nice after our win, but Chris caught $620 profit that belongs with me. And then I made 911. And then Dom took the short. He called it out. I called it out. We saw the same thing. So, all these members, we know what we're doing here. Coming to my pre-market plan, pretty much perfect. Almost. But I said we have swept previous day's low. We found clear buyers, and I want to see a retrace long entry to target the 1 hour fair value gap fill and 21,355. This is a mistake, actually, but it didn't get hit. But this is a mistake. This one, it wasn't supposed to be 21,355. But I said if we find sellers from the 1 hour, I'll look short to pre-market low. So we got the retrace long to our fair value gap fill, and then we got the 1 hour short, but just didn't fully deliver. But again, here is why I am saying what I am saying. So coming into session, right, we see that we had swept out previous day's low. And we knew yesterday we found aggressive selling. So if I want to see sellers lower continue, or if I want to see buyers, you would want to see buyers step up at this previous day's low sweep, and then to do what? Fill this huge ass 1 hour imbalance. So I know if we find buying from here, minimum, we should probably come back up here and then decide whether we want to come down short, which was my plan, or we want to see us rip higher through. Right, so this is what we're looking at, and we swept out previous days low. We found buying pre-market, so I want to see that 1 hour fair value gap, and it wasn't 355. 355 was new week opening gap midpoint. My other TP was these highs here, 309 and then 328. These are my other TPs that would have hit on the dot, but I actually made a mistake and typed the wrong thing. But our main target is to see us fill this 1 hour imbalance. So coming into the session, right, on the 1 minute time frame, we knew pre-market we swept below. We found aggressive buying. So now what am I looking at? I want to see a retracement to get my entry in. So we found that on a 15-minute fair value gap. So we got a 15-minute fair value gap lower. Boom. We end up touching that and finding very aggressive buying. Where's my point of entry? Right inverse. Got the inverse. Boom. I grabbed long here and I put my stop loss here. As you can see, if you zoom in close, I almost got stopped out. But we were fine. Missed by 1 point. And what do? We don't care. We let it chop. We let it do its thing. I was going to stop out twice, but I'm going to stick to my plan. And then I had a scale break even point at this internal high. And then I had full TP run all the way up here. And we respected this 1 minute gap. So this trade was I think about a 40-point risk, 38-point risk to profit, around a 1-to-1, 47 points, and then full TP was 105 points. Bang. There's also a video of me showing the full, not full execution, but showing the take profit at that 100-point hit. Again, a classic model, right? This is an A+ model. Only thing I'm missing here is an SMT. Not sure if we had one. I was trading my computer downstairs. But again, classic model for us. We swept that previous day's low, aggressive buying. We retrace, respect to higher time frame, 15-minute fair value gap. We inverse, I get my long, I put stops factoring the inverse, I target the 1 hour fair value gap fill. This is my narrative, and this is my scale break even. Right, once I scale break even, I grabbed my stop loss, I moved it up to 21,200. Why did I move to 21,200? 21,200 because if we truly are going to be bullish to my 1 hour, we should respect this fair value gap or this fair value gap. So this is a totally fine stop here. I could have put it a little lower. We had a breaker here, but we delivered. And then in the chat, I also texted in the chat. I said PA is whack today. I've been in this long forever. Told them my entry, told them my scales. Everything was there. And then we looked for the short. We gave the full plan somewhere around here. And let's get over that short real quick. But it's in here somewhere. But we were just chopping it up. And, Dom called out his entry as well. So I called a inverse setup off the 5 minute, or you could have played it. There's plenty of different ways you could play it, but let's go over certain entries you could have taken. So finding out that we sweep out, remove this stuff real quick. Finding out that we swept out just barely above that high, right? You can take a very ballsy aggressive entry at the first inverse If you are bearish, why? Because we swept out, right, that 15-minute high, right, tipped it, found selling. We know we're in a higher time frame, 1 hour, and my plan was to see short off the 1 hour, right? You could have got a really aggressive entry here, but I wouldn't have done that. I would have looked at something like a 5-minute fair value gap, right? So we had a 5-minute fair value gap here, and then here, right? We never end up getting the full inverse, so we would not have taken that short to look for these targets lower, right? But on this inverse here, you could have got a nice trade, right? Would have saw the inverse, you would have grabbed your short here, probably put stop loss at the wick highs, and you would have targeted a scale break even, or, right, we can slide it down, and you can sniper take profit at the inverse. And that's what Dom ended up doing. As you can see, let me find it real quick. He said, I am all out there, 7:56 a.m. And where do you see 7:56? He pretty much sold the low. So our members call it stuff as well. He has a gold badge, payouts on prop firms, profitable, everything verified there. You could have grabbed a trade here. This is a potential entry, but the stop loss would have to be pretty big at this high. But yeah, pretty choppy, but the short ended up playing semi. And then obviously the rest of the market today was a little bit iffy. But again, the main point today is a narrative on why I took this high quality model here. But that's going to be it for May 22nd's trade review. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you want to join the Discord, we have a link in the bio. I'd be happy to have any and all new members. But until next time, guys, peace out.